folks. This is a shaving cream today instead of a shaving soap, Lea. Scent on this one here is going to be moss and sandalwood, and it's definitely a cream. Very nice scent. We got an alum block complete with rubber band, unscented witch hazel that's methylated from Sterling. Got the matching aftershave here, and this is probably going to be the last little bit of the Clubman pinata. I think there's enough in there for one more use. It's just about empty. Got it whipped up here in a small bowl here. This is a Mac Metalworks brush. Let me get it turned around here. There we go. Synthetic knot, aluminum handle. That's what it looks like there in the bowl. This sandalwood, it's not that I don't like sandalwood, it's just that it's not one of my favorites, but this one here, I really do like. This is, in case you might say, in my opinion, sandalwood done right. It's a nice scent, I like it. Don't have very many soaps with sandalwood in it, but this one here I really do like. And that the cream lathers up pretty good. When it comes to shaving creams, this is probably one of my favorites. Whether you get it in the tin or get it in a tube, either way, it's some pretty nice shaving cream in my opinion. Preshave soap is still hanging in there. It's one of those that seems like it's almost like a shaving soap that's a hard putt. Seems like it's going to last forever. You see that it's getting smaller, but it just seems like it's just still, it's there. I guess you might say that's definitely worth your money. I think it was like, what, $5.95 or something of the sort. Douglas, I saw his posting yesterday about the Starling second version, and how the he sold out pretty darn quick, 60 minutes or less or something like that. And of course, there were some folks that were upset about some of the notifications they did or didn't get or something like that. I got several notifications on my phone. It was got quite a few, but it just, the way I look at it is the popularity of that particular shaver. You know what, my camera looks a little bit crooked here. Let me see if I can straighten it back up. Or maybe I'm just crooked, I don't know. Anyway, here's the shaver. This one here has got a, the best I can tell that they're referring to this as nickel coated. Slight overhang. Cap and head looks pretty much the same, but the handle is just a slight, just different grooves on it. It's hollow. It's a nice looking shaver. It has a crystal blade in it. Like I said, there's just a very slight overhang, if that matters for some. As you can tell, it's not a big deal for me. But yeah, I got notifications on my phone and on the computer, so in other words, I had quote-unquote time to order some if I wanted to, but I wanted to take a moment and read more about it, and because I was kind of busy, I was at work. And like you said, he sold out, in 60 minutes, so you can look at it either way. Either he didn't, some would say that he didn't make enough, and some would say that it's just the popularity, and I'm probably leaning more towards the popularity. There's not that many new single edge shavers that are coming out that are affordable like his. Whether you like the design or not, but just the, it's a point there. Seems like a lot of the new shavers that are, well, a few that you can think of right off the top of your head, the new ones that come out using the gem blade are far and in between, and usually they're pretty expensive, not exactly affordable for, you know, a number of people. Pretty smooth. Don't know if I remember mentioning, let's see here, see that blade gap there? It's there. Maybe not a blade gap, but as opposed to the exposure. This one here seems like it might be a little bit, I tried to line it. I'm pretty sure it got the alignment in there all right. Really didn't take much fiddling, if you will, to get it in there lined up. I guess somebody might consider this a medium, maybe. I'd have to say I don't really feel the, it's not like a Gillette Old Type in my opinion. My Gillette Old Type, I can definitely feel the blade. And this one here is not so much. It's a fairly smooth shaver. But like anything else, you need to find the blade that works well for you. This smells really good. I mean, the scent is just rolling off the brush. It's really nice. Nose is working rather well this morning. Of course, we did have weather that did come through yesterday. We had a down the street from me. Had a great big old tree limb come off a tree. I mean, not that the tree is small to begin with, but the limb itself was like 8 inches in diameter. I mean, it was a good sized limb that came off. Nothing major happened over here at my house. Just a few little things, you know, little limbs here or there, nothing big. Yeah, it's just right down the street from me. It's like, this is huge. There are some small ones here and there, but that was the worst one I saw. Further in town, there was lightning that hit a house. When I first started following the storm, I guess there was some hail that was about like 2 inches in diameter. It never made it. It didn't make it here by any means. Matter of fact, at my house, I don't think I ever got any hail. It was trying to lose steam as it was passing through, but it wasn't losing it fast enough for some folks, that's for sure. This cream really does feel good. Feels nice on the base. Reason why I would say this is a medium aggressiveness is because it's not, in other words, it's not aggressive to the point where, excuse me, that I can get a 2-pass shave in. In other words, it's not quite that aggressive. Closer to a medium because I still got plenty on there for a 3rd pass. This handle, if your hands get wet, also depending on how you hold the handle, it may get a little slick on you. In other words, if you're getting soap on your fingers on the same hand, so This one here is I guess you might say the groove on it and whatnot, it looks nice. It's not that slick, but you will want to keep your hands fairly dry. You can kind of tell, like I say, he's just got the one that's going down through there against the grain. Crystal Blade's working pretty good with this shaver. I do enjoy the open combs. I guess you might say the amount of soap that's left behind because of the open comb. If you're a buffer, in other words, it's a good one to have. Or one that likes to go over the same spot a few times. Evidently there must be a pretty good market for that sterling base plates. I was interested in the open comb, I guess you might say, more than anything else. But I'm sure he's probably going to come out with another batch, and by that point in time maybe I'll be off the fence on whether I want to give the new plates a whirl or not. It's kind of, for me it's kind of hard, it was a hard decision because I know the first one was a bit of a struggle for me to figure out exactly how to use it without end up getting scratched. Outside that, the shave was fine. And I think it may be just more me. I got used to using a Micromatic or a Gem or Everready, and that learning curve may be just a bit more than what I was expecting. It's kind of hard to say because with the number of people that did alright with the shaver, and then the number of people that were like me that are having some issues with it, maybe it's just a learning curve. I know for me though, the learning curve with a Gem, I guess you might say, it's not quite as steep, I'll put it that way, that are a Micromatic. Micromatics were, if you haven't shaved one, suggest perhaps a flying wing would be the first one. Bullet tip, that one there, get really smooth shaves with that one, pretty nice. If you like single edge shavers. Excuse me. It switched sides today. Now the stinging's on the other side. It's just taking turns, I guess. I think tomorrow we've got that alignment a little off. My eyesight, I see better out of one eye better than the other. So it's not always easy for me to get these lined up right. Good day to have the menthol. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that maybe the Crystal Blade is a pretty good match with this shaver. That was a pretty smooth shave. And once I get done with the third pass, there's really, if you're looking for BBS, there's not much left. And it's down here where the hair has a tendency to go in multiple directions in a small area. But even in the normal locations where I feel like I might need to touch it up a little bit, pickups if you will, they're not there. It's a pretty good shave. Can't complain a bit. That may have something to do with the cream. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat this morning. Really like this shaving cream. This This has a plastic restrictor in there, and I'm hoping you can see that it's just a little bitty hole. So you're going to have to work at getting some out. I watched Bill's video the other day. Glass bottle, which is the hole. A bunch of it jumped out at one time. Yeah, so some of those restrictors are pretty good size and allows a lot of aftershave to come out. Oh, this smells good. Don't see very many shave of the days with this shaving cream and aftershave. I got links down below for the shaver. If you want to take a peek at it, that link goes in some detail about the weight, length, all that sort of thing, as well as for the aftershave. Face feels good. Really nice post-shave feel. Still got quite a bit left in here, so I know one day I'm about halfway through. Oh, I should say it comes 150 grams and about 5.3 ounces thereabouts. Quite a bit of cream. Had a good shave today. Once again, there's a shaver of the day. Got some shaving cream on the head, but it's a lot shinier than that. It's a pretty nice shaver. Face feels great. Had a great shave. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves.